Basketball fans, what a night we've got in store for you. The Australians going up against the United States. They are playing for bragging rights on the world stage. What a crazy amount of talent from both countries. And let's go straight over today.
Guys, a lot of heads were turned when Prez was named.
Thank you, David. And the experienced Prez Greg is getting on this team is invaluable.
And getting a chance to learn and practice, Kevin, with the elite of the game. The fact that he might see the floor is just icing on the cake.
So Australia will get the first possession.
In this tournament,
This is checked in for Thompson. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Exum with it. Now the feed to Baines. And the call will be against Prez.
I'm Prez.
That's his
and
first
I approve
foul.
that steal.
and now only one
Presidential
away
pardon.
from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Catching the changes for Team USA. Jordan, he's checked in for Cousins. Paul George comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Kevin Durant. Team USA trails by 7.
And Dante Exum is a guy who can fill many roles for this Australian side. He can play either guard position comfortably at this level and gives the Aussies a lot of flexibility with their lineup.
Lock at 6. And George gets it to go.
And with Prez, you get it all. Outstanding passes to his guys who have clean looks at the basket.
Here's Ingles, defended by Butler. Ingles kicks to Baines. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
We call that a high percentage shot, and when he's the guy taking it, I'd even say it's automatic.
And on the international stage like this, it is always amazing to see the best and brightest of the United States come together. So many teams represented here today.
And the saying is country before club. And as much as all these stars like to battle it out in the NBA, they all have one goal when playing in the red, white, and blue. Incredible collection of talent for sure. One mission in mind: win it.
For Australia, they've had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And Team USA making a change here. Howard's checked in. And that one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And Kyrie Irving has played some of his best basketball in international play. What a run for him in 2014 en route to the gold medal.
And how about being the MVP of the tournament? I mean, he shot the lights out, over 60% from range, and has the tendency, I think, to just kind of rise to the occasion.
And here's Exum. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Leans, and it's sent back by George. Expanding his range. Australia grabs the miss. Clock management, this is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Some nice ball movement by Australia. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. For Australia, they've gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. That free throw good from Anderson. Anthony's checked in for Team USA. Then for Australia, Cameron Bairstow's checked in for Aaron Baines, and Martin subbed in for Exum.
Aaron Baines is powerfully built, 6'10", about 260 pounds. He's clearly a banger. When he sets a screen on you, you better bite hard on that mouth guard. Otherwise, you might lose your chickens.
Agreed. Now here is Martin. They set the screen. He dishes it to Bairstow. Inside, here's Anderson, and Anderson slams it in. Welcome back, everyone. International basketball at its finest. Already one quarter in the books. USA versus Australia. A lot of talent on both of these teams.
I think the Australians had a game plan coming in that was basically, hey, we want to exert our will early, and boy, has it paid off.
Tell you what, the way they've got the momentum going now, it's going to take a pretty large effort on USA's part to narrow the gap before halftime.
Outside, Martin. Back to Anderson. Hits it from three-point range. Anderson's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Australia.
Well, when the U.S. picks players from the NBA, it just isn't about taking the best player at each position. They look at much more than that to assemble the best team that they can.
Yeah, and that's a great point because this is not an all-star team, although many of these players are all-stars. There's a difference. Really, they're looking for players that can impact the game without the ball, make others around them better, and are suited for the international style of play.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
It's good.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Lowry against Martin. Here's the screen. Australia needs to get off a shot here. Here's Anderson. No good on that one. Team USA going the other way with it. DeRozan passes to Cologne. Prez finishing off the play with the dunk. He won't miss many of those.
And you can just see him psyching himself up after a play like that. Nice slam by Prez.
Well, it's been a bit of a tradition to take one exceptional college player on the U.S. team and on their roster. This cycle, it's Prez's turn.
And it's happened before. Remember Christian Laettner and the Brow and just how those two were special in college. The same can be said for Prez. Plus, he'll get a chance to test himself on the international stage.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
It's stolen by DeRozan. And now Team USA on the break. Lowry's got the ball.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out of transition.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Now Martin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They set the pick. And the miss, not the best shot selection there.
And you have to be impressed with the balance that the Australian team has. Defenders and scorers from top to bottom. It's a big part of why they have been so successful here in the tournament.
Yep, exactly. I mean, the Australians have put together a team that works extremely well with each other and have played unselfish basketball the whole way. I mean, they're definitely more than the sum of their parts on paper. And I'd say kudos to the Australian Federation for putting this group together.
Anderson outside. Cutting the screen. Back to Anderson. That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Australia will keep it. A platoon swap here for Team USA. And a new group getting ready for Australia. Big group substitution here for Team USA. Anthony's checked in for Cousins. Paul George comes in for Draymond Green. Prez is checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's DeRozan in for Kyrie Irving. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Australia.
And perhaps the biggest strength of this Australian team, their passing ability. Everyone at every position has a great sense of how to move the ball around.
Yeah, when you have guys like Bogut angles, who all have size and can keep the ball moving around when it's not in the hands of a guard. I mean, that's a fun, enjoyable style of basketball to watch.
Offensive rebound. Bogut dishes to Baines. Some nice ball movement by Australia. Now here's Mills, defended by George.
And guys, Andrew Bogut has a game that can translate well really into any environment, and in international play especially. His great defense helps anchor the Australian team, can clog the lane and make life tough for any opposing big.
Back to George. To the paint. Shoots in deep, and it's Prez getting it to go. Prez has got 12 points in the game.
Man, I like to see Prez get aggressive inside. Really determined to score when he gets that close to the rim.
And along with his defensive capabilities, Bogut is a very smart player who looks to set up his teammates.
And I think Bogut's an underrated passer, too. I mean, and passing so integral in the international game. He's very good at finding curling cutters on back screens for easy layups. On a team with this many finishers, that's been crucial to Australia's success so far.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Team USA.
Hey guys, this is something that happens in every international gathering. It's fun to see so many of the U.S. and Australian players going head-to-head, even though they're on the same NBA team.
Yeah, and they played against each other before in practice, but in competition, where a title is on the line, you better believe it'll be a no-holds-barred affair.
And they do the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
Green, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. Here's Dellavedova. He has 6. There's 1:38 left here in the third quarter. It's stolen by Prez. Here's Anthony. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Anthony's got 4 this quarter. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Team USA.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
And guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Here's Prez. He's got 12. George with no one around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Now here is Dellavedova. Defense is right there. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Matthew Dellavedova, a hard-nosed guard for sure, following in the ball. So it's Team USA winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that about wraps it up.